everyone! Today we are diving into something that's been making waves in the tech world. What Trump's election means for AI. Now I want to be clear, we are not getting into politics here. We are just looking at how this might affect the AI industry and all the cool techs we've been seeing. First up, let's talk about what Trump has actually said about AI. Back in December in Iowa, he's mentioned he's planning to repeal Biden's AI executive order on day one. Now, what does this actually mean? The current executive order requires AI companies to share their safety test results with the government before releasing new foundation models. It's basically like a safety check. Before these powerful AI models hit the market. The order also covers stuff like protecting against AI-made biological threats and AI-powered fraud. Here's where it gets interesting. Trump and his team are talking about creating their own executive order. And from what we know, it's focusing on two main things. One, boosting military AI development. Second, reduction what they are calling unnecessary regulations on AI companies. So what could this mean for companies like OpenAI, Anthropic and Google? Well, it might actually speed up AI development without the requirement to report safety tests before launching. We might see new models hitting the market faster, but of course, this comes with its own set of challenges. Now let's talk about something that caught my attention, the open source AI angle. JD Vance, who's part of Trump's team, has been pretty vocal about supporting open source AI.
Very often CEOs, especially of larger technology companies that I think already have advantaged positions in AI, will come and talk about the terrible safety dangers of this new technology and how Congress needs to jump up and regulate as quickly as possible. And I can't help but worry that if we do something under duress from the current incumbents, it's going to be to the advantage of those incumbents and not to the advantage of the American consumer.
He's basically saying that when big tech companies push regulations, they might be trying to make rules that work in their favor and against smaller companies and open source projects. Here's another interesting twist. Energy usage. Trump has raised concerns about AI's massive power consumption, mentioning to Elon Musk that AI might need almost double the current electricity production. That's huge. It's definitely something that could affect how AI companies operate and where they choose to build their data centers. Speaking of Elon Musk, his support for Trump and his role with XAI could be significant. Having the ear of the president could potentially influence AI policies in favor of companies that align with their vision of less regulation and faster development. So what's the bottom line for the AI industry? It looks like we might be heading toward faster AI development with the fewer regulatory hurdles, more support for military AI applications, potential challenges with power infrastructure, a possible shift in the balance between big tech and open source AI. But here's the thing, what's announced during a campaign and what actually happens can be quite different. We'll have to wait and see how these policies actually play out in practice. For smaller AI companies and developers, this could mean more opportunities to compete with the big players, but it also means taking on more responsibility for self-regulation and safety measures. If you're working in AI or building with AI tools, now it might be a good time to start thinking about how these changes could affect your projects. Are you ready for potentially faster development cycles? How would you handle safety testing if it's become more self-regulated? Let me know in the comments. What do you think about these potential changes? How do you think they'll affect the AI tools and services you use? And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to stay updated on all things AI. That's all for today. Catch you in my next one.